We are live, and I am so pissed off that we're not talking about Victory Monday on this morning. I am. I'm not even showing my face for that reason. Because we should be celebrating, not getting pissed off. Oh, man. All jokes aside, good morning, everybody. Welcome on into Jets Media. We got a lot to talk about today as the New York Jets fall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a final score of 29-27. It was one of those games that the New York Jets had a chance to be victorious at the end. They take the lead in miraculous fashion, coming all the way back from 3 scores to take the lead after a miracle by Will McDonald, all for nothing, because the Jets are now 0-3. 0-3. And no one really cares about a quote-unquote miracle comeback if you lose. That's what I got to say this morning. So welcome on in, everybody. Hit the like button if you did not already. Appreciate everybody tuning into the show. We got a lot of things to talk about today. And my New York Knicks, and I bring up the Knicks just because I always, Knicks fans, if you're even a basketball fan, there's this term in basketball that I always use called the fake comeback. You're down by 20 points in basketball, because in basketball, it's very easy to come back, right? Because of the three-pointers, whatever, runs. The amount of times the Knicks in my life have had fake comebacks where they come all the way back and they make it a game. It's exciting just to lose. Oh, my God. That was what that felt like, but in football version. A fake comeback. All the excitement, all the energy, all the excitement of like miracle just to realize, oh, Baker Mayfield has like over a minute left and all he does is need a field goal. We're screwed. Every single Jets fan knew in that moment that we were done. And now the Jets are 0-3 and we have a lot of things to get into today. So hit the thumbs up button for your boy. If you did not already, on your way into the show, yesterday's episode of a Jets Media live watch party was epic. We had a lot of people tuning on in, man. That was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But I'm sick of being a fan that loses. You know what I mean? Like, I want to celebrate wins. I want to sacrifice my views for wins because I know this. I'm noticing my YouTube channel has become like a place where NFL fans want to come and get entertained by a Jets fan being miserable. And I don't want that to be the case. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, my views are up right now on this channel, and it's not even because of you guys watching right now. It's not because of Jets fans. It's because of non-Jets fans entertained over a miserable Jets fan losing their mind, like myself. And I don't want that. I don't care for that. Now, I don't mind it. Yeah, anybody's welcome to watch, but my point is I want to start winning, bro. I don't want to be known as the Jets fan that just rants all the time and gets pissed off. You know what I mean? Oh. Morning, Rich. Wish it was Victory Monday. That first win will happen Monday night. Keep hope alive. Oh, yeah, baby. You know it. You know it. What's up, Richie? What's good, Hennessy? Tough. Another tough L, man. Shake my head. You a real one. That's why. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, Hennessy. Appreciate everybody tuning into this show, man. You guys are awesome. Rich, we're winning our next 5. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Yeah, I mean, there's still 14 games left in the season. So, you win all 14 games, you're in the playoffs. How about that? Shout out to Tafster is in the chat saying that his Browns won. Congrats. That was definitely a wild game. Thank God I did not take the Packers in my survival pool. I almost did, but I wanted to save the Packers. I took the Seattle Seahawks, so your boy has advanced to week 4 in the survival pool that I'm in. I should have gave you guys access to the survival pool, so we're in it together, but maybe next year. All right? Enrico on Facebook, when are we finally going to be good again and team finally respects us? Only time will tell, man. If Steve Wilkes wasn't the worst defensive coordinator in the league, we wouldn't be 2-1. We would have been 2-1. When does this defense wake up? So that's definitely the first topic we're getting into. I have a whole graphic about it. Don't you guys worry. Okay, everyone? Don't you guys worry. Everyone grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your tea, grab your beverage, whatever you do right now, buckle up. Because Steve Wilks, bro, has no answers. What's wrong with this Jets defense? Because as bad as Robert Saleh was with this football team, he still coached up this defense. This defense looks putrid. And I really think it's a schematic issue. Like, yeah, maybe we're not as talented as we initially thought we were. That could be true. But that play, 2nd down and 10, where the Buccaneers had the ball in plus territory. It was after that Ibuka bobbled pass. They called it incomplete, and they reviewed it, whatever. That was the defensive stop that the Jets needed. Either a sack or something. And what the Jets did defensively was send an all-out blitz, and without disguising it. What makes Todd Bowles and his defensive scheme so elite compared to Steve Wilks is Todd Bowles disguises blitzes so you don't know what's coming. Steve Wilks shows his hand too early, pre-snap. Loads this line of scrimmage. Is like, yeah, we're coming. Baker Mayfield's going to recognize that right away and get the ball out right away like he did. Like, come on, bro. Why are we setting a 0 blitz in that situation? I understand we're desperate for a big play, but there's such a giant risk involved with that. The Jets sent an all-out blitz on 2nd down and 10, and then he dumped it off to Sterling Shepard. The Jets are absolutely terrible at tackling. He goes down the field and gets the Buccaneers right with the field goal, and they win the game. And even the play before that, 2nd down and 10, right? Baker Mayfield throws an absolute dart down the left sideline to Ibuka with Andre Sisco in coverage, like the soft zone. Come on, bro. All this team needed was another stop on defense, and we would be saying we have a defensive issue, but at least they stepped up in the clutch. But no, they didn't. They didn't, man. And that's what's the frustrating part about it. So, must win against Dolphins. I mean, define a must win, right? I mean, if you want this season to still be saved, yeah. I mean, for sure. You're talking about either 0-4 being in the basement of the division or 1-3 and not being in the basement. So, yeah, please do not lose. But we got all week to talk about that one. Wilks' defense in San Francisco with a loaded roster was okay at best. It's true. Steve Wilks was the man that replaced Robert Saleh when Saleh came to the Jets, and the San Francisco 49ers defense regressed. And now look at the Niners defense with Saleh returning back. Right? Look at the 49ers defense now that Wilks is gone and Saleh's back. Just saying. I'm not saying we missed Saleh. That's not my point. The Jets should have got rid of Saleh. He's not a head coach. He's a defensive coordinator. But Steve Wilks, bro, I mean, what are we doing here, brother? Because you're supposed to be the veteran of the coaching staff here. Tanner Engstrand, first-year offensive coordinator. Aaron Glenn, first-year head coach. Steve Wilks has been in this league for a long time. He should be the one that we have any side of confidence, but he doesn't. He doesn't, man, and it's really, really frustrating. The Jets almost pulled off a miracle comeback. Will McDonald's late field goal block return for a touchdown wasted. I mean, I don't even know how to put into words what was going through everyone's brains. Like, I don't know if you guys watched my live stream during the game, but I literally called exactly what happened. And not really, but basically what happened was during my live watch party, I see the highlight of the Eagles pull off with Jordan Davis the blocked field goal for the touchdown for the win. And then the Jets were about to have an opportunity to do the same thing with the Buccaneers trying to make it a 2-possession lead. And I said, like 10 times in a row, the Jets have to do what the Eagles just did in order to win this game. Come on, block the field goal, return it for a touchdown. I kept saying that and saying it and saying it. And in the back of my head, I'm like, it's not going to happen. It's very unrealistic. That's very rare. And then they did it. They somehow did it, bro. Will McDonald leaps the line of scrimmage, blocks the field goal, and returns it for 6. That never happens. I could not believe I was flabbergasted, bro. I really couldn't believe it. I was with my dad, And me and my dad were looking at the Eagles highlight, and like, that never happens to the Jets. Why can't we get anything like that? And then it literally happens. We take the lead, and all we need is the defense to just get 4 stops. Force them to turn the ball over, and we couldn't do that, man. That's the difference of this football team. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. So let me know your guys' thoughts about the Jets almost pulling off that miracle. What was your guys' reaction when Will McDonald returned it? Because I think we all had the same exact emotions. We all had the same exact emotions. You know what emotions we all had? It was a swing of emotions. Right? Will McDonald returns the blocked punt, or blocked field goal, for the touchdown. We're all ecstatic. We're excited. We're mind blown. We all can't believe it. We're on cloud 9, the ultimate high, just to see how much time is left on the clock. And we're only up by 1, and then we're grounded back to reality. And we realized, oh, Baker Mayfield has over a minute, and all he needs is a field goal. We're screwed, right? Even before he had any snap, we knew we were screwed, man. That's the reality of it. That's the ultimate reality of it. And it's like, man, oh, man. Right when I saw Baker Mayfield get back on the field when we're only up by 1 point, I lost all hope. As much as I was as excited and you felt the miracle, you knew it was not going to come to fruition unless this defense stepped up. You know what I mean? But they didn't. And that's the situation that we're in. Is this offense looks so bad for 3 quarters, and they woke up in the 4th. But this defense did not wake up all game. And it's like something clicked for this defense, for this offense, right? They figured out how the Buccaneers are playing them on defense, and Tyrod Taylor was able to push the ball down the field, start playing good football, take good throws over the middle, be aggressive, pick up yards with his legs, get a touchdown to Garrett Wilson, get a touchdown to Alan Lazard to actually make this a game. But that was not the case throughout the other positions. So hit that like button, folks, on your way into the show. Really do appreciate you guys big time tuning into this channel on Jets Media's YouTube channel, man. We are excited to talk all things NFL, all things New York Jets. Don't forget to hit the like button, man. We got to get the like button smashed. We got to get that like button smashed, man. Hit that thumbs up button. If you did not already, smash the like button. Let's go, man. Let's go. Oh, man. What a brutal day. Now, I want to get your guys' thoughts on something. Because Aaron Glenn is taking a unique approach to these losses. Aaron Glenn is definitely taking a unique approach. And he is taking the positive route. Right? He is definitely taking the positive route. And that's pissing off Jets fans. It's pissing off Jets fans. So let's talk about exactly what let's bring up exactly what I'm talking about here. All right? So this is Aaron Glenn after the game.
You balance, I mean, you stressed the positives about how they didn't quit, you know, but at the other, there's no moral victories, and you are 0-3 right now.
Yeah.
So how do you present that to the team in terms of a balance?
Well, you just said we're 0-3. We're 0-3. How many more games do we have left? 14. That speaks for itself. We have a lot of games to go play, and you can build on this. You can build on this. The one thing I don't do, which I understand that New York media tries to do, is the negative parts of it, but I'm not going to be that way. I'm going to let you guys deal with that. We're going to look at the things that we did well, and we're going to continue to push forward because we're going to improve, and we're going to make sure we get over that hump. I do know that.
You balance, I mean...
So that's Aaron Glenn taking the route of positive. I don't know if that's something that we want to see, but listen, this is my perspective of it. Right? Aaron Glenn, man, he understands the New York media is going to, of course, be as negative as possible. And Aaron Glenn is not going to feed into that narrative. And if you're a Jets fan and you want Aaron Glenn to be up there and just start ripping the entire team to shreds and say that we stink, the defense is trash, and just say what we all know is true, like, I'm sorry, but that's not going to do much. He's saying these things behind closed doors. What we want him to say, he's not saying to the public. He's saying privately. He understands. Aaron Glenn understands that this team has to deal with the New York media. And the New York media is always going to be down their necks about everything. And he's not going to give the media what they want. That's my perception of it, at least. He's not going to feed into the negativity. Why? Because he's going to go positive because he wants to spark this team. If he just buys into the negativity and just yeah, you're right. We are the same old Jets. Steve Wilkes can't coach. I'm a bad head coach. The whole team stinks. Is that what you want him to say? Of course, accountability is going to happen. Accountability is something that is happening here. But I'm telling you guys this. Accountability does not happen in the press conference. It happens in the coaching room. It happens in the film room. It happens in team meetings. It happens in position meetings. It happens at practice. It happens behind closed doors. It does not happen in public. That's the reality of it. We get to see Aaron Glenn here. So that's our perception of Aaron Glenn. We don't get to see what he looks like outside of the media. That's how I look at it, man. So if you're pissed off about Aaron Glenn saying, these guys are fighters, I love these guys, and he's too positive, and he's clapping after losses, what do you want him to do? You want him to just be pouty like all our Jets fan bases? Our entire Jets fan base? Is that what you want? Do you want Aaron Glenn to embody that negative energy? You want him to be the coach that's just yeah, we're the same old Jets. We suck. We're never going to be good. Is that what you want a coach to be? Come on, man. What are we doing? Fans can do that. The head coach should not be doing those things. That's the reality of it. He needs to be positive. He's not talking about moral victories, but he's going to dig up what worked so they can maximize it. He's going to focus on, in the meetings with the team, these things worked. How can we build on this to start winning? These things do not work. How can we improve? That's what coaches do, bro. So I'm so sick of people microanalyzing this coach and just saying everything he says in the press conference. Oh, he's dancing on the sideline. What a moron. Oh, he's clapping after a loss. Give me a break. The guy's coached 3 games. And I'm so sick of people giving Aaron Glenn all of the, I guess you can call it, credit for the 14-year playoff drought. He has not been here for those years. This is a new version. And by the way, Aaron Glenn still does not have a roster, his roster yet. He's had one offseason. Newsflash, he does not have his quarterback on this roster. We all know. I think we could all agree with that, unless Justin Fields comes back and balls out for the rest of the year. But who the heck believes that's going to happen? 10% of this team is people that Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji brought in. He needs another offseason or two before we can really see his vision come to life. And that's not me making excuses. That's the reality. And if you are a Jets fan and you're expecting this team to just click right away, you set yourself up for failure. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm just so sick of people spiraling. Yes, of course, we've sucked for so long. And I'm not saying that we have no reason to be frustrated. Every Jets fan should be frustrated. Every Jets fan should be pissed off that we're 0-3. No doubt about it. But to microanalyze everything Aaron Glenn does and just say he should not be positive, he's the head coach. He represents this team. Do you want him to pout? Do you want him to just cry and to be angry all the time? He's setting a standard for this organization. The players are looking up to Aaron Glenn. And the only way they can get out of this is if they face adversity with calm, with peace, with clarity, not anger. Do you guys realize that? Fear is the path to the dark side of the Force. Not to go Star Wars on you guys. But you have to be balanced. You have to be calm, cool, collected. You have to be aware of the situation. Awareness is the ultimate key here. That's my point, man. And everything I'm saying, that this is not saying like, yes, the Jets are guaranteed going to figure it out eventually. Just give it time. No. That's not what I'm saying here. But I think people just like, Jets fans are now addicted to the idea of suffering, and it's becoming our identity as fans. And bro, I cannot agree with that. It's like when we suck, it's like we love it. Yeah, we suck. Oh, I want my coach to rip it. You know what I mean? Like, miss me with that energy, bro. Come on. Let's give him a chance. Can we get 17 games? Can we get 17 games of a season before we're just like ripping it all over? And I know people don't want to hear the word patience. I know people want to see immediate results. But if you came into this season and expected this team to be great, I mean, listen, let me just bring up something that's a reality check. The first 3 games the Jets had this season were against playoff teams. Does anybody think the Jets are playoff caliber entering the season? Anybody? Please, if you thought this team was playoff caliber, let me know. The Jets lost to the Steelers, which, by the way, we're not going to go back to that game, but very close. Should have won that game, but we didn't. Whatever. Playoff team were the Steelers last year. Week number 2, Buffalo Bills, one of the best teams in the league. We got our teeth kicked in. Hate that. Whatever. And then yesterday, another playoff team. We lost to 3 playoff teams. Like, it's not like we're losing to the Saints. Now, this week against the Dolphins will be a big test. Because now this is the first time the Jets are taking on a team that feels like it's on the same level as us. The Buccaneers are a level above the Jets. The Buffalo Bills, a level above the Jets. Pittsburgh, a level above the Jets. And that's not me saying like, oh, it's okay. They're better than us. We're allowed to lose. No. That's not my point. I think that people that are just beyond frustrated have set themselves up with different expectations, I think, than me. That's how I look at it. And the people that are just so quick to run, whatever. This team, man, yesterday, there's a lot of things that needs to get fixed. There's no doubt about it. And that's what this season is about, by the way. This season is about Aaron Glenn to lay down a foundation and figure out what's working, figure out what's not working, to fine-tune it in the offseason coming up. And I know people don't want to hear that because we're in the middle of a brand new season. We want to be excited. We want to be ready to go. We want to be competitive. We want to win. I want all those things. But this season for the New York Jets is simple. It's Aaron Glenn laying down the foundation and figuring out what works and what doesn't. And so far, the defense is not working with Steve Wilks at the defensive coordinator. That's obvious. Could it get better as the season goes on? Maybe, but there's no reason to believe that yet. There's no reason to believe that just yet. It's the year of evaluation. Next offseason, we're going to see so many guys get cut. So many players leave this team. And the Aaron Glenn era officially begins when he starts bringing in his type of guys. Because think of this offseason. What guys did the Jets bring in that was an Aaron Glenn guy? Harrison Phillips is a good example of an Aaron Glenn guy. But they didn't really go crazy in free agency. They didn't sign anybody big. They just brought back Jamie and Sherwood. They extended Garrett and Sauce. Right? They signed Josh Reynolds. They signed Justin Fields, Brandon Stevens. Like, there's not really a core yet. So that's how I look at it, at least. And there's a lot that needs to get fixed. And I'm frustrated too, man, because the Jets are now 0-3. And wow, look at that stat. No team has made the playoffs after an 0-3 start since the playoff expansion to the 7th seed. So that's not good. That's not a great stat to see. But I think it's time to bring in the callers, man. Because Jets fans, frustrating, man. Frustrating stuff. But got to give a big shout out to Sleeper, a proud sponsor all season long. Using the code JETS and the link at the top of the description will get you a $100 deposit match up to $100 by using my code. Thank you so much to Sleeper. Big time sponsor of this YouTube channel. Go check them out, folks. We're going to open this up for a call-in segment. If you guys want to call in, talk about the game yesterday, feel free. The link is in the top of the chat. Love to hear what you guys have to say, as always. And a big shout out to Sleeper. Terms and conditions apply, but you guys will get free money if you use my code JETS when you sign up today. All right? Ted says 3-0 versus 0-3 couldn't be the Bills. I mean, we were absolutely trash in week 2. Weeks 1 and 3 felt like we could have won, but we didn't. And that's reality. 0-3 is the truth. All right? That's what it is. Come on, man. That's the reality, bro. I believe in AG. I just don't believe in Wilkes. Yeah, I mean, Steve Wilkes has given us no reason to believe in him. Let's be honest. There's nothing yet. And yes, this roster is inherited, right? It's not built yet to their scheme. And that's just the truth. They bet not lose to Miami. I agree, man. I agree. Some people just love to make everyone miserable because they are. Yeah, I mean, listen, like the Jets have given us all reasons to be miserable. I get that. But some people like to feed into it a little bit more than others, and that's all right. Everyone's entitled to be their versions of themselves. All right, let's get into some callers. Let's get into some things because Jets fans deserve to be heard. All right? First up, we got NY Jets Indy in the house. What's good, brother?
What's up, Rich? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, my man.
Man, that was a crazy game yesterday, man. I hate we lost, but I like the fact that even though we were down 20, we fought back and we at least made it a game.
Yeah,
You know,
took the lead.
yeah, we took the lead. I think Aaron Glenn's the right guy. I think that it's just he doesn't have his roster yet. And that's what I think he needs. He needs to find his quarterback. He needs to get his roster, and I think we'll be fine. I mean, you know, I know we all hate to hear it, but I think we just got to have patience as a Jet fan base, because this is not going to be an overnight fix.
Yeah, it doesn't exist, patience, in this fan base because we've been so bad for so
Yeah.
long. That's the reality of it.
Because we still got 3-4 games. You know, we got a lot of games left this season, and we got Miami, which I think that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a difficult game, to be honest. And then we got, I think, Dallas and Denver, you know, coming up. So, I mean, let's see if we can get 2 or 3 of those, and we can 3-4 weeks this season can be looking different. You know.
You never know, my man.
So,
I agree. I
yep.
agree, my man. I appreciate the call. Much love to
Yep.
you and NY Jets Indy, and let's go Jets.
Appreciate it. All right.
My man. I mean, he brings up a lot of great points, as he always does. As he always does. JT's up next. What up, JT? You there?
Yo, Rich, how's it going? Yeah, I'm here.
What's good, brother?
What's good, brother? Yeah, I didn't feel like turning my camera on today. So been a long morning, a little tired this morning.
No worries.
But I agree that we kind of need to settle down with all the doom and gloom talk. Like it's all over, but let's be real. Like you said, this beginning of the schedule was never going to be easy. You said that from the start, and it showed. We played 3 playoff teams back to back to back. We only have 3 playoff teams over the remainder of our schedule with the Broncos, Ravens, and Bills. We knew this wasn't going to be an instant turnaround, instant good start for Aaron Glenn. We knew this, and 17 or 15 years of no playoffs is eating at the fan base, but Glenn wasn't a part of that. He wasn't a part of any of those 15 years. He's only part of this year. He still has to build his roster, just like Jets Indy was just saying. And there's still a lot to go with the Aaron Glenn tenure. This is not going to define it these first 3 games, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, man. I understand. It's just frustrating because everybody wants immediate results, but it's not going to happen, and that's where the NFL is one of those leagues where people want immediate results, but the Jets don't give that to us. So I appreciate the call, JT. Much love to you as always, my man.
Yeah, man, appreciate you. Just one more thing. Like we haven't won over 7 games since 2015. He's inheriting a roster that hasn't won games since 2015. Like, come on, let's give him some time, Jets fans. Let's give him some time. Jets, Jets, baby.
My man, JT. Listen, you heard it from him first. You heard it from him. I don't know. I think sometimes you look around the NFL, you see some other coaches just be a great coach right away and turn the team around, and we're hopeful that could be us, but no. Like, how about the Houston Texans, for example, bro? Their first year with DeMeco Ryans and CJ Stroud, they were like the thing. And now what? That's like a different feeling. I has no correlation with the Jets, but my point is, like, this league, bro, this league is crazy. Next up, we got bring Mark Sanchez out of retirement. You want Sanchez back?
No, I mean, he didn't look very good with the Eagles his last year, but I just think that, like, in general, I feel like what people going wrong is that they expect the Jets to have, like, a quarterback to carry the team, but I can't even think the last time the Jets even had an elite quarterback. I believe that we need to really focus on having a better defense and investing in that, because that's really where we've been the most successful. I mean,
Yeah.
And I agree that, like, I think, like, we definitely paid Justin Fields, like, a bit too much, $40 million. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-year deal. You can get out of it after this year. That's just the market of the quarterback position. So I wouldn't read too much into that money. It's not going to hurt the Jets long term.
And then my other question was, like, remember I saw some people going around, they're talking about, like, bringing in, like, a system where they use Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor, because I feel like Tyrod Taylor is a bit better as a passer than Justin Fields is. I don't know. What do you think, though?
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the call, my man. I appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, Tyrod is a better passer than Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a better runner. But Fields showed a lot of, like, let's not forget what he did in week 1. Now, I don't want to go back in time and just be like, yeah, man, look at this. Like, dude, Fields was throwing that thing, man. Justin Fields was doing something in that game. I was there. I was amazed. And then week 2 happened, and the Bills just completely schematically shut down what worked. I'm not just going to quickly write off Fields as he's just done for the year. I mean, unfortunately, he gets concussed. But, like, Tyrod is definitely just better at pushing the ball down the field. But Tyrod also, like, let's not forget ourselves. He did not look great last night. He did not look great yesterday. He started clicking in the 4th quarter. That pick 6 was abysmal. And that pick 6 was the difference of the game. Tyrod threw a pick 6. That can't happen. That cannot happen. If you're asking me, both quarterbacks are healthy, Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields, who would you want to start? I'm still rolling with Justin Fields. Because Tyrod is limited. Justin Fields at least gives this offense some type of threat. RPOs. Zone reads. He showed the ability to pass the ball consistently throughout an entire game. And then in week 2, he just was all over the place, had an awful, awful game. So we have 2 games of Justin Fields. One game was excellent. His best game as a pro, arguably. And then the second game, he got knocked out in the fourth quarter. Arguably his worst game of his career. Like, it's crazy. You look at all of Justin Fields' games in Pittsburgh and all the games in Chicago. I think he played his best game as a Jet, which was arguably one of his best games of his career. And then the next week, he played arguably his worst game of his entire career. You can't ask for different sides of the spectrum. So if he can find that middle ground and be consistent and show more signs of that Steelers version of himself, we got an opportunity with him. And when it comes to the offense, the one thing that I've been saying throughout this entire situation is I give them respect because this offense yesterday, they actually stepped up in the fourth quarter. And I commend them for that. They did not sit down and give up. Tyrod Taylor pushed the ball and got 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to give them an opportunity to take the lead. And then Will McDonald's like, I got you from here. And then the defense was like, nope. Like, if Will McDonald really wanted to have a legacy game, he needed to be that guy to get the stop on defense, get a strip sack to win the game or something. Not to call him out, but Will McDonald, what a phenomenal play that's just wasted. And he said it himself after the game, like, I can't even celebrate this excellent play I made because we lost. Can you imagine if Will, after that touchdown he got, he was able to get to Baker Mayfield and strip them clean, force the turnover, and the Jets win? Will McDonald would be looked up as the savior of the team. But no, the Jets defense just it's trash, man. And the offense, trash for 3 quarters, and they woke up in the fourth. And let's be honest, man, if that offense played the way they did in the fourth quarter, all 4 games, we would have been in a very good opportunity to win. But they were not. They didn't do that. Folks, we got 59 like buttons. Let's hit that like button. Let's get this to over 100 likes. We appreciate everybody tuning into this show. Let's get back to the callers. We got TG up next. What up, TG?
Yo, what up, y'all?
Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys too. And look, I wanted to come in for the Bills game, but I couldn't because I was busy doing something else. But I'm gonna tell you guys about the Bills game. I wasn't surprised that happened. I kind of predicted it would because with the Bills, they're a Super Bowl contending team, and
Yep.
Justin's worst games with this because this team's not fully built to compete with a team like the Bills. So I figured that was gonna happen. And when he plays bad, it's typically against those type of teams, like the best teams, because he doesn't have what's around him yet to fully be able to like challenge these teams. Like he gives you, I would say he gives you basically like a showing, but I wasn't surprised. It was gonna happen. I just knew that was gonna be his worst game. I just knew it because that Bills team's too good. And don't forget, Joey Bosa, doesn't matter how old he is, he's still a Bosa.
Yeah, man.
Like
I know.
that's gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like y'all gotta understand. I know Joey. I've seen him. That dude's still a top 3 edge rusher in the league, despite his injuries, despite his age. He's still top 3. So you can't underestimate when he punched the ball out of Justin Fields. He does that all the time with every quarterback. He's done that with everyone. So don't feel bad about it. And this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I actually think you guys played pretty well on defense, and you guys continue to do really well. Your offense still obviously needs some work. I'm glad you guys came alive in the fourth quarter, and it showed what this team can do, but you guys really do have holes you need to address on both offense and defense. Your secondary needs to be addressed, for sure. With your D-line, I know you dealt with some injuries, but I think your D-line played pretty well. Clemens needs to quit getting penalties, even though I will say that one penalty that was called against them was very questionable.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of holes that we're addressing as fans on both sides of the ball, and I appreciate the call, TG. Much love to you. Appreciate you hopping back onto Jets Media. And I think that you look at this roster, and there's holes on it. Like, there's no denying it. We do not have a complete roster. We do not have a complete roster. I don't think any Jets fan knew or thought that we did heading into this season. Like, there's holes. And I think the biggest question is the defense, because you look at the defense heading into this season, I thought that there would be a little bit better than initially thought. Right? And another thing, man, the offensive line. What's going on with that team? What's going on with the unit of the offensive line? They looked phenomenal in week 1. and then back-to-back weeks, specifically the offensive line and the run game. Where was the run game yesterday? Now, the Buccaneers, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but they're known to be one of the better teams at stopping the run. They just have been ever since Todd Bowles took over that squad. But still, man, where was Breece Hall? Like, I'm watching Red Zone, and I'm watching Jonathan Taylor just be a superstar. I'm watching Saquon, all these running backs, and I'm just waiting for Breece Hall to become one of those guys, and he just has not. I mean, I don't want to... Like, I'm waiting for him to break tackles and, like, make plays and stuff. I get it. The offensive line is a big reason for it, but where is that, like, juice? Where is that feeling like we have a star at running back? Because we don't. And the Buccaneers, bro, their defense, they deserve a lot of credit. Todd Bowles knows what he's doing. No doubt about it. And then our wide receiver room, Garrett Wilson. How many times did Tyrod... I got to look at the film. I have to go look at the film because how many times did Tyrod Taylor drop back to pass and he just doesn't throw the ball? He just has to run. Like, is there no one open? Are they double teaming Garrett and then the next guys are just not open? Like, what's happening down the field that he's not throwing the ball? Broadway Jets is in the chat. Guys, go check out Broadway Jets. NYJ, Matt, and Mike on YouTube. Go check out their podcast. I keep coming back to the 4th and 1 call. Have to be better. Huge turning point. Great point. Absolutely great point. I forgot about this. Oh, that pissed me off. Right when they're going for it. And by the way, it wasn't even 4th and 1. It was like 4th and inches. The entire world knew that the ball was going to Braylon Allen. And I don't know if it was just me, but didn't Braylon Allen look like he was lined up like 20 yards behind Tyrod? I don't know. But the entire world knew the ball was going to Braylon Allen up the middle. And then you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense before the snap. Their entire team knew what was coming. Just loading it up. You have to call play action, like roll out, let the tight end check and release. Get creative, bro. The entire galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy knew what was coming. And they still did it. And they trusted the offensive line that was getting bullied all game. I like the aggression. I like them going for it. I just do not like the play call. It's too predictable. I would have done a play action boot or something, man. Or a toss or something. Besides just a halfback dive. How many times have the Jets got stuffed on 4th and 1 with a handoff up the middle? I wish there was a way I could look up that stat. Out of 4th and 1 handoffs up the middle, I bet you the Jets, like in the last 10 years, are like 2 for 55 or something crazy. That was a big turning point. No doubt about it. A bootleg. Something creative. And I agree. Garrett had that first down. That was the play where he got the ball and they marked him shy of the first down marker, right? On 3rd down. Damn. The one thing I give Tyrod a lot of credit for, man, he was taking hits and he was staying in that pocket, bro. Pressure was coming in his face. Tyrod let that thing rip with pressure in his face, man. I'm not going to lie. Much respect to Tyrod. And the thing about Tyrod Taylor is this. He played yesterday like a backup quarterback plays football. Like, wasn't great. Come on. It wasn't great by any stretch. But he plays like you'd expect a backup quarterback to play football, if we're being honest. That's how I looked at it. But the pick 6, just can't do that. Can't have that pick 6. That hurt. Sauce Gardner got to play better. He was looking like barbecue chicken out there. Yes, that's another thing, man. Sauce, like, getting picked apart. He's playing tight coverage. It's not like he's getting blown where these receivers got wide open separation against them. But Baker Mayfield just putting the ball exactly where the receiver can get it, away from Sauce. I don't think we realize how good Baker Mayfield is. Even before this game, like, I'm like, dude, Baker has to be one of those underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. And I know now we're all like hating on Baker because he called out the Jets and he's like, this was personal. Yeah, whatever. That's just who he is. But Baker's that dude, bro. He did it last week against Houston. He did it week 1. I forgot which team he beat, but Baker is a dog. And it frustrates me that we had a chance to beat that guy, but we were unable to do it. Are the Finns on Monday Night Football exactly what the doctor ordered, Richie? I mean, this could be a game where the Jets can just get their confidence. By the way, the Dallas Cowboys, they do not look great. And I don't want to look ahead past the Dolphins. But you look at the Jets' schedule coming up. Let me pull it up. Let's pull up the Jets' schedule, folks. All right? So we can look at this together. You look at the schedule right here, right? So you got the Jets are taking on the Dolphins on the road, at home against Dallas. And then we head to London to take on the Broncos, home against Carolina, in Cincinnati, home against the Browns, Thursday Night Football against the Patriots. Now we're taking on the Ravens. And then, where's the bye week? Bye week happens after which game? Is it the Bengals? Yeah, I think it's after the Bengals game. So, listen, we don't have a win on the schedule, so it's hard to be like predicting any wins, right? But the Jet and JT brought it up. The Jets started off the season playing 3 playoff teams from last year. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 playoff teams remaining on the schedule from last year. The Ravens, the Bills, and the Broncos. And we already faced off against the Bills. The Bills aren't even until week 18. So, like, you look at this schedule, the Cowboys at home. If the Jets beat the Dolphins Monday night, let's start there. If the Jets could beat the Dolphins Monday night, there's going to be some optimism heading into that game against Dallas, especially who's Dallas playing this week? Dallas is playing the Packers. So, if the Cowboys lose to the Packers, even the Packers are coming off losing to the Browns, by the way. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm not going to lie. And I know what people are thinking, like, I can't even think of any game the Jets win. But things can go crazy. Like, what if the Jets go on a 3-game winning streak, and all of a sudden we look up and we're 3-3? That could happen. Right? The schedule was pretty tough to start off the season. We all knew that. But now, how do we do it? How do we wake up as a franchise? Come on. Wake up. Oh, brother, man. And I get it. We're all so livid up. We're all sick and tired of this same situation every year. All training camp. All that stuff just for this. But hey, man, we're going to be here together. But, like, you look at that schedule, man. Like, the Bengals are without Joe Burrow in that game. The Panthers, I mean, they looked great yesterday. But is that just because the Falcons are trash? Like, Dolphins game, winnable. Cowboys game, winnable. Broncos game, that's going to be tough. In London, Broncos are a good team. Panthers, winnable. Bengals, winnable. Browns, winnable. Patriots, winnable. Like, when I say winnable, that's not me predicting a win. That's just me saying, like, the Jets could, in my opinion, win those games based off what I've seen the first 3 games of the season. Like, the only team that bodied us all 4 quarters was the Buffalo Bills. The Jets showed a lot of fight in week 1 and week 3. And if they could take those positive moments and turn them into something that could actually be winning caliber football, we got something. Excuse me. I'm getting over a little sickness, guys, so bear with me here. Hold on. That was gross. I'll be right back. Sorry. I need to blow my nose. Dealing with a little sickness. I don't know if I got COVID or something. Oh, boy. All right. We're good. I got something wrong with me. But all right. No days off. All right? No days off. Let's go, man. Oh, what a brutal day. Guys, want to remind you all that Mondays we have the Jets round table with me and Matt O'Leary. If you guys want to check out our thoughts, we're going to go deeper into this game at 3 p.m. We're also doing 4th and Forever as well today at 1. Oh, Aaron Glenn spoke to the media just before. Did he say anything that I missed? Did Aaron Glenn say anything today that I missed? What happened? Aaron Glenn said, "I'm not shaken by this at all." Here's a quote from Mr. Aaron Glenn. "I'm not shaken by this at all. I have a ton of confidence in the guys that we have. I have a ton of confidence in the chaos that we have. But I do know this, man. We're in a race to improve. We have to do a good job of that." Now, incoming, everybody's saying, "Get this guy out of here. He's stir." Do you guys want him to be shaken by this? Is that what we want? We want him to say, "I am shaken by this"? I don't know. Now, I want to get your guys' thoughts of something because I'm seeing a lot of people hate on this right here. Did you guys not like this from Aaron Glenn? Did you guys not like this? Because, please, enlighten me. Why didn't you like it if that's the case? Of him showing a sign of emotion after the Jets pulling off a crazy play. This was after, by the way, he sprinted down the sideline. Sprinted down the sideline and then saw that we scored a touchdown. He's celebrating. This is what I mean by fans just be better, coach. What is this? We're not allowed to show passion or excitement. What do you want him to do? Be stone cold like what? I don't get it, bro. I don't know. All right. In this world, you can't please everybody. That's the reality of it, man. That's just the reality. You can't please everybody. And Coach knows that. Coach understands that. Now, this play... Oh, man. There's a lot of things that Aaron Glenn is doing that is pissing people off. And that's okay. And I also think, like... I also want to talk about something else, man. I'm sorry I have to keep doing this, but I'm not gonna stop. Aaron Glenn clapping after the loss. Why is this going viral like it's like a big deal? Like, what are we doing, man? Am I really in the minority here? Again? I guess this is all I am. It's just, I just disagree with everything that other people are doing. The majority is saying. I guess it's just... Am I the only one that does not see an issue with this? Oh, why is he clapping after a loss? Like, come on, bro. The guy watched his team score 17 points, come all the way back, and they lost the game. What do you want him to do? Just ridicule his team? He understands the only way this team has a chance to get out of the gutter is if he sparks something in them. Some people are pissed off that Aaron Glenn is clapping after a loss. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? I understand the narrative. I understand the perception of it. But this is my perspective, at least. Hear me out. And you can completely disagree with me. I don't care. Like, I've been doing this for 7 years, and I've had thousands of people disagree with me, call me this, call me that, tell me this, tell me that. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. If it affected me, I would not still do what I do. You hear me? This is how I look at it. Aaron Glenn is pumping this team up. And that's why I made this graphic right here. That's why I made this graphic right here. See this graphic? Glenn takes the positive route. And what I mean by the positive route is this. Instead of him bringing his head down, being frustrated, like, do you want Aaron Glenn to become a Jets fan? No, he's the head coach. He's not a fan. He needs to fire up the troops. This is how he's going to handle adversity. He needs to find the positives. He did witness this team fight. He absolutely witnessed this team fight back. And listen, that is not saying this is a moral victory. Nobody is saying that. If you're just saying, oh, here we go, moral victories, that's your perception. I'm not saying that. Aaron Glenn's not saying that either, bro. Like, I just don't see an issue with this that some people do. I really don't. Drew from Jersey on X. One of my favorite follows on X. I've been following him since I started X. He said something on X that I agree with about that Aaron Glenn clapping. I might be in the minority, but I don't have an issue with this. The previous week, his team completely quit versus Buffalo. My assumption is he's trying to keep players, especially young players, motivated after a loss so this doesn't spiral even more. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's it. He's trying to make sure that this team stays hopeful, that the players on this roster stays committed. That's how I look at it, man. Like, he's trying to take on this beast of the New York media, the beast of negativity. This is how he's handling adversity, man. And I think that Jets fans, we just get addicted. For some reason, it, like, fuels us to just be so toxic. And maybe, like, I don't want to start pointing fingers, but maybe we are the reason why we're so bad, is because Jets fans just make it all difficult for whatever coach we bring in, because it's not just Jets fans, it's the media, right? It's tough. The Austrian Jets fan comes on in with a 5 gifted memberships, man. Shout out to Mr. Austrian Jets fan. Gifted my man Gator, Kevin, Milk Money, Jim, and Johnny memberships to Jets Media. Shout out to the Austrian Jets fan for gifting 5 Jets Media memberships. I appreciate that, man. Much love to the #1 Austrian Jets fan. That's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome. Shout out to the Austrian Jets fan for showing some support to the channel, my man. Much love to you. Much love to you. And congratulations, if you guys are a member, you guys now got some fun emojis to play with. All right? Let's go. Disagree, Richie. Watch Jets fans rally if when we actually win a game. Well, Damo, yeah, obviously. But there's a difference here. The same fans that are miserable and suffering and just saying all these bad things about Aaron Glenn, they're going to celebrate, right? Well, how about the fans like myself and other fans that are not just micromanaging and being super, super negative? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go that far. Forget it. Forget it. I understand what a win would do for this fan base. Every fan will turn it around. But I just feel like, I don't know. Easy said, if you don't understand the clapping or the dancing, you've never played a team sport and don't have drive. He's trying to rile up the troops, man. Curly Norman. It's simple. When the Jets win, we are happy. When they lose, we are miserable. And the Jets lose way more than they win. Not rocket science. Yeah, of course, but there's nuances to it, my man. There's nuances to it. Right? I think that there's been so much losing that we've become, as a fan base, accustomed to it. To the point where it's become our identity as a fan base. And Aaron Glenn is going to try his best to just stop. He's going to try his best. Who knows if he's going to succeed? Excuse me. All right, here is Rich Cimini talking to the media. Let's hear what he has to say. Aaron Glenn talking to Rich Cimini. Aaron Glenn on whether Justin Fields will return to a starting role when cleared by doctors. We'll talk about that today as a staff. We'll make sure we come out with the right answer for that. I know what you're trying to ask, but we'll make sure we talk about that as a staff first and foremost. On the follow-up, Glenn makes it clear that Fields' status hasn't changed. Justin came in as our starter. He's been our starter. Tyrod was the backup. I just want to make sure I know exactly where Justin's at. I don't want to say anything until I know that Justin's clear. So once Justin's clear, I'll let you know exactly where we are going. Do you guys see a world where Justin Fields is cleared and they roll with Tyrod? Do you guys see a world where they go to Tyrod? I hope not. I don't know. Maybe they saw a lot from Tyrod that they liked. This could be gamemanship. If Fields is cleared, which typically a concussion, you're out for a week. If it's bad concussion, maybe 2 weeks. The Jets do have an extra day to get cleared, which is good because they play on Monday night. But that's Rich Cimini talking about Justin Fields. All right? So we'll see. We got to wait it out. I'm not going to read too much into that just yet. All right, let's get to more callers of the channel. We got Justin up next. What's up, Justin?
Hey, so about that Aaron Glenn clapping. Look, I know I'm not a Jets fan, but you know I support you no matter what. I'm not upset about if Jets fans are upset about this, they shouldn't be. So I'm gonna give a prime example here. The Knicks head coach here. What if the Knicks were down like 20 and you guys came back by 20 and took the lead and still lost? Are Knicks fans going to be upset about that?
Probably. But I know what your point is. I mean, Knicks fans are a different world.
but
yeah.
Hey, other than that, I really want to see you guys destroy the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. I'm sorry, TD, but I really do.
We all do, Justin. Trust me, we all do, my man. Thank you for the call. Justin's a very nice, probably the nicest Boston fan I've ever met. Usually Boston fans drive me nuts. You know what I mean? But he's a good one. And that's rare. No offense to Boston fans watching. But no, all jokes aside, man, I don't even care about a beatdown on Monday night. I just want to win, bro. Win the game. I don't care how. I don't care how sloppy. I don't care how ugly. Just win the game. Give Aaron Glenn his first win as a Jets head coach. And I don't want to be 0-4. Oh, God. Jets Forever is in tanking mode. Get out of here, Jets Forever. Don't you dare talk to me about that nonsense. Oh, by the way, if the Jets season ended today, we would be on pace for the first overall pick. Someone play that song. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Ah! Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, I can't believe I'm on Tankathon. The Jets. Get this ad out of my face. What are you doing here? No. Get away, advertisement. You're ruining this freaking ad of Creon. What is Creon? There we go. Oh, now there's a YouTube TV ad. Well, if you can't see, there is a Tankathon. If the Jets season ended, we would have the number 1 overall pick. Well, good thing the season isn't over after 3 weeks. But now we have fans like Jets Forever and Jets fans wanting to tank because of this. Look at that. So, sad stuff. But you'll never get the tank out of me, Tankathon. You'll never get it out of me. You could try your best, but you will fail. Okay? You will fail your opportunity to try and try to influence me to be pro Tank. Okay? Now, I don't want to go there, but I'm going to go there because I want to go there. But yesterday, I picked the Seattle Seahawks in my survival pool, and I'm very happy that they won. Am I the only one that has this feeling right now? Sam is a dog, man. Is it okay if I say I miss Sam Darnold? Is it okay if I say that I miss Sam? Because I do. And I'm on record to say the Jets should have never traded him. And I don't want to go down this path, but I am. I know it's going to piss some people off, but I don't care anymore. The Jets should have never traded away Sam. They should have traded back and built around Sam instead of drafting Zach Wilson. They should have never drafted Zach Wilson. They should have traded back and built around Sam Darnold. Can we live in an alternate universe real quick where Sam Darnold is still the starting quarterback? The Jets traded back the way that I think they should have in the first place and built around him. Aaron Rodgers would have never came. Because I don't know about you guys. Now listen, of course, coaching matters. Sam is obviously a product of good coaching. He had to go through Carolina and stink in Carolina. He had to go to San Francisco, not look great in San Francisco, to be able to get his opportunity with the Minnesota Vikings to ball out. And now he's getting another opportunity with Seattle. But can you imagine if the Jets kept Sam Darnold, which, by the way, Robert Saleh wanted to do that, but Joe Douglas didn't, and the owners didn't. Can you imagine the Jets traded back from 2, got a haul, and drafted Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell, and then we have Sam and Jamar Chase, or Sam and Penei Sewell, and then who knows what could have happened. I know this is an alternate reality, but this is where I'm at. And if you guys know me, I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. He was supposed to be the guy. And, seeing him out there ball out in Seattle, I'm rooting for him, man. I am. I have a soft spot for Sam, and I'm rooting for him. He was supposed to be our guy. He was supposed to be right there with Josh Allen. I'm not saying as good as Josh Allen, but the reason why I bring up Josh Allen is because they were in the same draft class. That was supposed to be the rivalry. Sam Darnold versus Josh Allen for the division every year. But Josh Allen became an MVP and an absolute stud in the face of the NFL, and then the Jets gave up on Sam way too early. And now, it's not like Sam's a top 5 quarterback. I'm not saying that he is, but man, he was supposed to be the guy. And I'm not saying that if we kept him, he would have been that. But I'm just saying I was hopeful that he would have been the guy. But he was not the guy. Sad. Sad stuff. Because I'm not going to lie, man, that taught me a lot about me as a Jets fan. Because I completely, prematurely crowned Sam Darnold in my brain when we drafted him as the guy for the next 15 years. I'm like, he is the guy. I looked at the film at USC, and I'm like, this guy's a stud. Like, he's our franchise quarterback way too early. And it broke me mentally. I'm like, wait a second. If Sam Darnold couldn't work here, who will? And then we drafted Zach Wilson. And I'm like, oh, God. I never wanted that to happen, but now I had to try to convince myself that he was good. We went from Sam to Zach, and I just hated that move. And I think the only chance the Jets have is if we were able to get a quarterback in next year's draft. And by the way, you do not need to have the first overall pick to get a quarterback. Trevor Lawrence stinks. Josh Allen did not go number 1. Lamar Jackson did not go number 1. Patrick Mahomes did not go number 1. The only quarterback that went number 1 that's elite is Joe Burrow, and he can't stay healthy. So enough with this tank, okay? So sick of you guys talking about that we should tank for the number 1 overall pick. You don't need the number 1 overall pick. It does not guarantee you anything. Baker Mayfield went number 1. Okay, it took him like 4 organizations or however long to be a good quarterback. Again, Patrick Mahomes, 10th overall pick. Lamar Jackson, 32nd overall pick. I could keep going. Josh Allen, where did he go? Like 7 or 8? Somewhere along those lines. So the Jets could still get a franchise quarterback in the first round, especially with this draft class. You don't need the number 1 overall pick to get a quarterback. And by the way, even if the Jets get the number 1 overall pick, who says that's going to guarantee that he'll be good? We've been down this road way too often. So miss me with the tank. For that reason alone. The number 1 overall pick does not guarantee you anything. It's a loser's mindset that you have. They should just lose. They should just keep losing for the number 1 overall pick. For a lottery ticket, that's what you want? You want to give up on the season and just for a number 1 overall pick for what? The last 10 first overall picks, how many of those 10 first overall picks actually worked out? Let me look at it. Last 10 NFL first overall picks. Let me see this list. Jared Goff, 2016. He's a great quarterback, but he's now on the Lions. Jameis Winston. Nope. Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, this is going backwards. I want to see recent history. All right. I got the list here. So, Cam Ward, we'll see what he looks like. Already off to a rough start because Tennessee stinks. Caleb Williams, we'll see about that. Bryce Young. How's Bryce Young been in the NFL? Trevon Walker. I mean, that's just on the Jaguars. I don't know why the Jaguars drafted Walker, number 1. Just say. They're obviously not going to get a quarterback because they had Trevor Lawrence the year prior. How's Trevor Lawrence been? Pretty, not first overall pick in my eyes. Joe Burrow. Excellent quarterback that's injury prone. Kyler Murray has not lived up to the first overall pick hype whatsoever, in my opinion. Baker Mayfield. It took him 5 teams to become a stud. He is a stud now. Myles Garrett, monster. Jared Goff. Took him to get traded. He's a good quarterback. Jameis Winston. Jadeveon Clowney. Eric Fisher. Andrew Luck. You guys notice a trend? So out of all of these guys, you could say arguably 1, Joe Burrow. 2, Baker Mayfield. If you want to do non-quarterbacks, 3, Myles Garrett. Caleb Williams is still a wait and see. I think Caleb Williams is going to figure it out. I think Caleb is going to be a stud if you give him time. But that's my point, man. The first overall pick does not guarantee you anything. So stop with the tank. That's all I'm saying, bro. If you're a good organization, you could find your guy with the 8th pick. You could find your guy with the 11th pick. You could find your guy with the 15th pick. The first overall pick does absolutely nothing. So miss me with that. All right, let's get back into the callers. We got my man Ryan up next. What's good, Ryan?
What's up, Richie? What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great, I think. How are you?
Good. In the middle of moving right now. Before I make my point, I want to shout out my wife, Lindsay, my cat, Gimby. We've been watching you all the time.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I binge watched you yesterday after the game when we were ranting together as we blew when Will McDonald got the punt return and we blew it. But I was listening to that whole thing. But I'm guilty of it myself, of hating on the organization, hating on the team. And I just got to say, we as a fan base, we have to stick with Aaron Glenn for once. Like, the fact that we've drafted so many quarterbacks that are busts over the years, I feel like it's a statistical anomaly. I start to believe it's not a quarterback problem, it's a coaching issue that we have. And instead of us faltering every game and us tanking for the number 1 pick or whatever, wanting to fire everybody, we got to just get Aaron Glenn, see how he is. We got to stick with him for multiple years, see how he is, and we have to build up the morale of this organization. The morale is shot. It's in the ground, you know. Our players show up every day. They're getting booed out of fucking home. It's ridiculous. Excuse my language there. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to call in and say. Like, when we have home games, it's literally a disadvantage due to us booing them right out of MetLife, you know?
And half the stadium is the opposing team's fans.
It is. When we were at the Steelers game, it was like half and half, for real. They're not even selling out the seats anymore.
I go to the bathroom, and I hear, like, the crowd cheering. I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, oh, wait, those are Steelers fans.
You don't even know. The
It's
best
not
part of the
us.
game was us getting him on the big screen at the Steelers game. That's what we cheered at the most. At
He
the end
got
of
on
the
the
day.
big screen? How?
He
Did
got
you
on
bring
the
him to
big
the game?
screen twice. Every time. Look for Gizmo, everybody, on the big screen. We always get him on there.
Well, how though? Was Gizmo at the game, or you put a picture up?
No, when
Sent
you
him a
have the on the big screen, it has the Bent Life Pets of the Day or whatever. You scan the QR code and put them in there.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what we do every
I was about to
time.
say you sent him to the game. That's awesome.
Nah, bro.
I know.
Nah.
Shout
So
out to
that's
Gizmo.
That's all I wanted to say, man. Thanks for having me on. Wish me luck with moving out of this apartment. I got to
Yeah,
get all my
man.
Jet stuff back on the wall, like what you got right there.
Good luck
But
with the
let's
move,
go.
Ryan.
We're gonna
Shout out
destroy
to the wife as
Dolphins
well.
next week. Let's kill the Dolphins, everybody. Let's do it.
Oh,
Stay
please.
positive. Love
Thank you,
Ricky.
Ryan. I appreciate that. Great call there from Ryan. Shout out to Ryan, man, his cat and his wife. Good luck on the move. Shout out to him. Damn. Good to see. You know, that's a good mindset right there. You know, he was aware. He said, you know, Richie, I am one of those fans that is very frustrated, and of course, which is totally justified. But he said, we got to believe, man. Got to stay cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, boy. How about another wide receiver besides one stud? We do have one stud, and that's it. Yeah, there's holes, man. That's no denying. We need some help on this offense outside of Garrett Wilson. That's no one's denying that. No one is denying that, man. The Jets are not firing Steve Wilks. As bad as he's been, they're not firing him. So if you're expecting that news to break, I mean, you're just setting yourself up for failure. If anything, he gets fired after the season, not during the season. Come on. They got nobody ready to go to replace him. So let's like be a little bit realistic here. I mean, I'm not saying he deserves to keep his job. All I'm saying is they're not firing him during the season. If anything, will happen after the season's done. Okay? How about that Patriots game, man? Thank God they lost. That's all I got to say. Oh, boy. Well, the Jets, man. What are we going to say? What's the next thing we say? Morning, Richie. Close loss yesterday, but on to the next. Yep. On to the next. Let Aaron Glenn take over the defense? Nah, man. He's the head coach. We don't want him to take on that duty. We don't want him to take on that duty. We do not want our head coach to take on that play call duty. What do you guys think, man? There's not really much else. I got to watch the film because I'm very curious to see what happened in this game because there's really not a lot of positive things. I mean, shout out to Michael Nania. He's starting to upload some film. I mean, look at this play. What is this? Look at this play. Just totally unblocked. Totally unblocked. What is that? Why do we have... I don't know, man. And the sad part about that is, like, this play, if Justin Fields was the quarterback, what he would have done is kept this. Kept this ball. And Justin Fields would have nothing but space with Olu getting this guy. That's the missing piece of Justin Fields that we don't have anymore. Maybe next week we will. But yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up this show now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We got the Jets Roundtable later today with me and Matt O'Leary. We also got Fourth and Forever at 1 o'clock talking all things NFL on Roundtable Sports' YouTube channel, so go check us out over there. As always, we also have the AFC East Roundtable tonight to talk about these games in the AFC East. Another week with the Bills being the only one in the division with the win. Patriots lost, Jets lost, Dolphins lost, Bills win. Is it going to be like the most historic? I mean, is this going to be the fastest time a team has ever clinched a division in history? The Buffalo Bills? Could be. David with a super chat. I can't take this anymore. Clown Jets, clown Jets, 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 Jets. David, appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Mets lost too. Don't even get me started about the Mets, man. They're driving me nuts. All right, guys. Love you all. I'm out of here. See you next time.